Hi, I'm Plami, and in this episode of Radio K, I'm gonna be finishing off my reaction to Stray Kids In Life album, and specifically, we're gonna be reacting to the Racha portion of this album, which is going to feature the songs We Go by 3 Racha, Wow by Dance Racha, and My Universe by Vocal Racha featuring Changbin. I gotta say, I love how the fans seem to have taken the name Racha and put it to every single one of the subunits of Stray Kids. I just love that. I love that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to check out these subunit songs because, I mean, it's always interesting when a song focuses only just on the certain type of uh, performance. So I'm curious to hear the rap song, the other rap song, and the vocal song. So without further ado, let's start this off with We Go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it started off pretty good. Man, Han's voice sounds a little different in this one. If I didn't have the pictures, I would have thought this is Hyunjin rapping. Okay, this one is pretty fine. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's not super catchy. You know, it's not mind-blowingly catchy, but I am enjoying it. And the rapping is, as always, freaking solid. What? Wait, what the fuck were you talking about? Okay, I swear, they're just rapping complete gibberish in this one. Damn, Jackman's verse was actually really cool. I might listen to this song a second time just for that verse. But that's why he's the bias. He's just such a good rapper. I think he's the best rapper in K-pop right now. Wait, that's it? I didn't even notice that this song is super short. Why would you do this to me? This was such a good song. God damn it, why are the best songs so freaking short? Yeah, considering that it's this short, we're definitely reacting to this one a second time, but just a few thoughts before we get into it. At first, again, as I said, I thought it was fine. It was decently catchy, but it wasn't anything spectacular, but once we got into the Changbin verse, oh, that was so good. I just love, even the lyrics were just so fun to read through, and I couldn't even keep up with reading the lyrics. So as much as I tried to read the lyrics for Stray Kids songs, because I do love their lyrics, it's just impossible. They're just too fast with the rapping. But I caught a glimpse a little bit of him just genuinely rapping gibberish, and then saying that he's an alien? Like, what? What was that about? I have no idea, but that was hilarious. And I just want to hear that part again. So without further ado, let's get into it one more time in 3, 2, 1. Like, the beginning here is very typical and very much what I expected from a rap unit song. It definitely has the rap song beat. I love this chorus part. It's really satisfying to listen to as well. Like, it's perfectly crafted to be really catchy. It feels perfect in its catchiness. Man, who is a quicker, faster rapper, Han or Changbin? I think Changbin is a little bit quicker. Okay, this chorus really is damn catchy. Like, this is my favorite part. Honestly, Changbin is, I feel like, the master of this kind of rapping where the rapper is not even trying to rhyme verses with each other, he's just spouting words. Other rappers who do this are RM from BTS. He's also a really good case, but I honestly think Changbin beats him in that regard. Especially comparing current RM to Changbin. Changbin easily beats him. RM from the early to mid days of BTS was definitely on par with Changbin, maybe even better. Like, with that song, I don't remember what was it. I think it was Throw It. I think it's called Throw It. That's probably the best solo song by RM in my opinion, because he just raps his freaking brains out. And it's one of the songs that makes me pissed off whenever I listen to it, because in my opinion RM is just not as good with his rapping nowadays. Mainly because I feel like he just doesn't even get to rap like this anymore. Because I'm sure if he does try to rap again like this, he'll kill it, but they just don't do it for some reason. But again, I'm getting sidetracked with BTS, I just thought that. But yeah, I really like the song. I at first was a little wary and wasn't really sure whether I was going to like it, because I was thinking there wasn't going to be anything interesting about it or that would catch my attention, but it was actually pretty fine. I enjoyed it, and I think the chorus is also pretty catchy, but my favorite part is easily Changbin's part. The rest of it is just par for the course for Stray Kids in a way. Like, there wasn't anything too interesting. It was catchy and it showed off their skills again, but it wasn't anything that I hadn't heard before, you know. But Changbin's part was freaking hilarious and I loved it. So in terms of the rating, I don't necessarily feel like I can really compare it to the last 4 songs, because those were all songs with every single member in them. But I think I'm gonna give this one an 8.9 out of 10, which is lower than all those other songs, but I don't know. And also it is lower than the last song, which was X, which I wasn't a big fan of, but again, these are not really my personal scores. In my personal opinion, this is probably going to be something like a 9.4 out of 10, but in a more objective opinion, I feel like it's more closer to an 8.9 out of 10, because I feel like a Rap Unit song should have been more mind-blowing than it actually was. It was okay, and it's good, like, don't get me wrong, but it should have been more mind-blowing, you know? I should have been mind-blown by how good it is, and I wasn't really. I was just satisfied. So because of that, it's just gonna be an 8.9 out of 10. But it's still a good song, don't get me wrong. So now we're gonna move on to the next song, which is gonna be Wow by Dance Racha. And I honestly don't know what to expect from this song, because it is gonna be done by the dance unit of Stray Kids, who are also rappers, aka Hyunjin, Lino, and Felix, who mostly rap, but they also sing once in a while. But considering they are the dance group, and this is just gonna be a lyric video, they're not really gonna be able to show off their dancing skills, you know? So I'm wondering whether they're going to rap or sing, and if they're going to rap, whether it's gonna be better than this. So without further ado, let's get into that one and find out in 3, 2, 1. I guess they're gonna do both. The instrumental is already weirdly sounding like a typical K-pop song. So this is making me feel like these guys are usually the members in the group that are forced to be the rappers. I know they're not forced to be the rappers, but they are in that position where the member who is given rapping because they're not good enough singers, but they also the company also wants them to be in a group. Honestly, I weirdly maybe like this a little bit more, at least on first listen. I feel like it's a little bit easier to get into. I mean, there's still plenty of good rapping in this one. And honestly, I gotta say, hearing these guys rapping here makes me realize that I feel like I haven't noticed how much of a core of Stray Kids they feel like. Cause like, I felt like the last song, We Go, felt like it lacked something. And I think it was these three guys and their rapping. I never realized they were that much of the center of the group, you know? Because like, the other song doesn't necessarily even sound like Stray Kids song, but this one sounds like Stray Kids, so that's a really funny thing to find out. Like, this song definitely sounds much more like a Stray Kids song, like nothing is missing from it than the last one. Okay, so this one, mainly because I didn't really have any expectations for it, it managed to surprise me actually. As I said, like, I think the last song was probably more impactful in a way because I think it showed the rappers rapping much better, and because like they're really good rappers, it just had a little bit more of an impact than this one. But this one just feels more like a Stray Kids song, you know? I never realized how much of a core of Stray Kids these three are. And yeah, I love them. Like, Hyunjin is my bias record, honestly, and Felix as well. They're like the most beautiful and most popular members of the group, I think. But I never realized musically how important they, and Lino as well, are to the group, actually, for the group to sound like they usually sound. And I feel like that's not gonna be the same feeling I'm not gonna get the same feeling with Boko Racha, because I didn't get it with Re Racha either, even though they are the producers of the group, you know. So it's crazy to realize that they are the center of Stray Kids in a way. They are the heart of Stray Kids and their music. But yeah, This one, because they are not necessarily only rappers, had a little bit more singing and felt a little bit more melodic, so I don't know, in a way worked better in my opinion, because I feel like as much as I love rapping, it doesn't, rap only songs don't necessarily work all the time. There's gotta be some melody tying it all together, and the rappers didn't really have singing outside of the chorus, which I guess kind of tied it together good enough, but I feel like this one being a little bit more melodic kind of made it more digestible. So in a way, I feel like on first listen I enjoyed this one more, and I can't listen to it a second time because I'm already running late with the reactions, so I'm just trying to get this done as quickly as possible while still being an entertaining and actual deep thoughts about the groups and not just surface level stuff. But yeah, in terms of the rating, honestly we'll give it a little bit of a lower score of an 8.7 out of 10. Just because it didn't felt like impactful. Like, these songs are not bad or anything, but I don't know, I feel like maybe something is a little lost by splitting the groups together. I feel like they could have done, I mean, even then they could have done a little bit better with the songs, but they're still pretty good, and I'll probably listen to all of them, but this album is definitely not as good so far as Go Live, and I don't think that's gonna change because we only have one more song, but it's not like it's bad or anything. It's pretty much the same situation that I had with Dreamcatcher's albums, because I really like the album in which which they released with Scream, which I think it was like Tree of Language Dystopia or something. Because every single song of that album felt like it could have been easily a title track, which is the same feeling that I had for Stray Kids' Go Live album, but then the following album which they released with Boca wasn't as good, really. They had some good songs in it, like Break the Wall, which is definitely one of my favorite Dreamcatcher songs now, just as it's going to be the case for any from this album. But it felt like a weaker album, and so did the most recent one. It just didn't really hit as hard as the Tree of Language album. But that's fine. Not every album has to be the best or anything, and there was still plenty of good songs in this album to listen to. But yeah, let's get into the last song of this album now, which is gonna be, as I said, My Universe, which is by Vocal Racha featuring Changbin. And again, I don't necessarily know what to expect with this one. It's obviously gonna be a very vocal heavy song, but Changbin is also there. And I'm curious to see whether I'm gonna feel like I felt for this song. Whether it's gonna feel like a Stray Kids song despite missing so many of the members doing the song. So without further ado, let's get into the final song in 3, 2, 1.
같은 시공간 속을 넘어 낮과 밤 그 틈 사이 넘어 한 뼘의 거리를 좁혀 나의 온기를 느껴 이 우주는 너로 채워져가 점점 더 삶 속에 우주 속에 너로 채워갈래.
Definitely I don't have the same feeling as I did for Dance Racha. But I do love that for once these two actually had the freedom to sing and not sing rap or just have like a few lines, because they have good vocals. This definitely feels more like your typical GYP boy group stuff. Like, it does feel reminiscent of GOT7's music, honestly, a little bit. Because I think Seungmin sounds a little bit like Yogiom. Yeah, this very much feels like a GOT7 song. So that's interesting how when you remove certain things from the group, it sounds so different. Also, I'm actually enjoying this one much more than I ever thought, because for some reason a lot of songs that have the name Universe tend to be ballads. So I always am worried that it's going to be a ballad whenever I see that name for a song. But this one is not really quite a ballad. It's definitely a very vocal heavy song, but it's not a ballad. And I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I'm honestly scared by how much this sounds like a GOT7 song. Like, I can literally imagine who is going to sing every single part of this song from GOT7. And now I remember that GOT7 is not part of JYP anymore, so that made me sad a little bit. Although it's happy for the members because now they're free to do whatever the fuck they want, but I'm still sad because I love JYP and every single one of their groups, and I'm sad that their idols don't want to be in the company. Quit your bullshit with JYP and be a better company, goddammit. But okay, so this was actually pretty good. But I honestly don't really have too much to say about this one. I enjoyed it. It was a good vocal heavy song. I think people who like Seungmin and In, who I know they're actually underrated while at the same time pretty liked. Like, they're pretty popular for being underrated. The underrated members of Stray Kids in a way, because Stray Kids doesn't really get to showcase too much of their vocals. So I feel like people who are fans of Seungmin and In are going to love this song because this is their song pretty much. I honestly could have been fine without Changbin being featured in the song at all, honestly, because I don't think he was necessary for this, because this was a very nice vocal heavy song and it was fast-paced enough and it was catchy enough and the beat was carrying the song well enough where we didn't really have to have a rapper in the song. So I feel like Changbin was a little unnecessary in this song, but I enjoyed it still, and Seungmin and In did amazing in this one. In terms of the rating though, I'm not sure. Honestly, even though I enjoyed it, these songs just don't really feel as high quality in a way. Like, that's the best way I can put it, because the way I rate songs whenever I react to them is just by feeling, however I feel like, and then if there's a certain context for a song, I might bump the score a little bit, but in this case the song just feels like an 8.6 out of 10. It's a good song, so don't take this the wrong way as if like I hate this song or anything, because 8.6 out of 10 is it's still a high score. It's just that what the song feels like it is. And yeah, these three songs went down in score one after the other, but that's just how it happened. In a way, I'm honestly kind of disappointed that they split these songs for two different units. I think it taught me a few things and it showed exactly what the group is without some of its members in a certain space, which is a good thing to think about right now, now that Woojin left like a year ago at this point, 2 years ago. And that Hyunjin had some scandals. I literally said, regardless of whether he was guilty or not, and I don't care if you disagree with me, for my opinion is not really based on whether he bullied somebody or not, but my opinion was on the fact of whether, regardless of what he did and whether he did it, if he left the group, I probably would have dropped it. Not because I don't want to defend him or anything, but because I just cannot bear to lose another member of this group. I don't even think Woojin should have left. I'm still not sure why he left, and I feel like he has got unnecessary hate for certain things, but I just wouldn't want to lose another member of the group. And I feel like, especially in the last year, like so many members of different groups left. Like, we lost a member of COC, which I don't know how much of a thing it's going to be, because who knows how long COC is gonna be a thing for now that Kpop is debuting a new girl group. But I just didn't want to lose another member of Stray Kids, and now listening to some of these subunit songs and seeing how important, especially Dance Raja is to this group, I just don't know if I can bear losing another Stray Kids member, so yeah, I don't know. But again, these were still good subunit songs to show us how exactly what the strengths of the groups are when they're split, and seeing how exactly each of the subunits sounds on its own, like how the rappers sound, how the mainly dancers but who can also rap and sing sound, and how the vocals sound on their own. And I think that was a really cool thing to hear, even though these songs are not necessarily my favorite thing. And if I'm completely honest, out of this album, I'm most likely gonna listen to Any the most. Then it's going to be Be Me and The Tortoise in the Hair. And the other ones, I'm probably never gonna listen to again, which is not really a big deal, but it's fine. Like, not every song has to be good and having to listen to it all the time, but that's just how I feel about it. Still, I really enjoyed doing this reaction, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out this description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge support and help get the channel going. It helps support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!